Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm John Fred Young from the band Blackstone Cherry. Thanks for listening to the interview. See you soon.
I'm here backstage, and we are here with Blackstone Cherry as part of their Evening with Blackstone Cherry tour here in Nottingham at the Royal Concert Hall. So, how's the tour been so far?
It's been wonderful. It's definitely a different experience with the acoustic electric show, and it's the first time we've ever had the opportunity to do something like this. And normally, we do a full electric show and we have acoustic songs, in the mix, somewhere in the middle. But we've never been able to do just us as an acoustic band, as our opener, and then come back with the electric set. So it's very, very entertaining and different for us. We're having a really good time doing it.
I know you've clearly got hugely dedicated fans. You've got that whole Twitter account, which was like the Blackstone Cherry fans who've been tweeting me some questions, which we're going to have from them later on. So, how does it feel for you having that fan base? Like they have the meetups before the shows, and they're almost like a whole family themselves
They
as
are.
well.
They are. And honestly, that is super incredible. And I find that, more and more that we get to meet people and have the opportunity to really, see that, yeah, it is. Blackstone Cherry, it's starting a lot of friendships and families in the rock and roll community worldwide. Not just here in Nottingham, but here in the UK, and we just hit up South America this year and also Australia. So we're trying to broaden our Blackstone Cherry camp. It's good. It's good deal.
And now, speaking of family, your father is in music, so obviously in the Kentucky Headhunters. So was it always the career option for you? Did you ever consider something else, or do you think it was always going to be a given that you would end up in music?
It wasn't the fact that it was like a career option. Well, let me say this. Yes, it was a career option. It wasn't forced upon me to, hey, you've got to play music. But it was definitely there's my dad calling right now during the interview. It was definitely a wonderful road that I went down, and that's because of my dad and uncle. And watching the Kentucky Headhunters when I was just a young kid, and then going out on the road with them. I mean, it definitely changed my life. Seeing that perspective of touring and musicianship from behind the stage at such a young age, it had an effect on me. And I got a guitar when I was. Dad probably got me a guitar when I was 4 or 5, and my uncle got me a drum set, and I banged on the drums constantly, and I would play around the guitar, but the drums were definitely my biggest love, and I just played and played. And I think I was about 14 years old when I really said, hey, I want to start a band. And Chris and I, our singer, had went to school together forever, and I did a talent show, and he came up to me, he was like, dude, my dad's getting me a guitar, and his dad's a guitar player, and it went from there. We started practicing in the Headhunters' old rehearsal house on my grandparents' farm, and it just it transposed into us getting John, our bass player. He moved up from Florida when we were young, and met Ben the summer of like my junior year in high school. So we've always been together, and it's been 16 years this year for us being a band, and I guess professionally touring, I guess 10. But I don't know. We've been professional maybe a couple years now, maybe 2 or 3. I don't know what it was before then, but.
Now, how proud is your father? How proud are all of your families of you, seeing how well things are going, particularly in the UK and Europe as well?
Oh, they're extremely proud. I mean, it's a big deal for them, to be able to watch us on YouTube and come over here. Actually, my dad and my uncle, excuse me, from the Headhunters came over and opened for us at Rambling Man this year, the festival in Maidstone, and that was incredible. It was a amazing opportunity for us to do some shows abroad together. We've done many shows in the States, but never abroad, so that was a special day.
They say about family, obviously, I saw you had an impromptu Thanksgiving that they put on for you. So how was that being away? And you still got to have a turkey dinner. Obviously, it's not the same as you would have at home, but I should imagine it made do while on the road.
It was very nice of our catering folks to do that for us, and they were very thoughtful. Thanksgiving, I mean, for me, being back home is always about just getting your family together and stuff. It was kind of, I got to be quite honest, it was kind of bittersweet this year. Not because we were away from home, but because in America there's a lot of Native Americans that are being really just violated by the pipeline that's going through out there, and I just felt, really like just a smack in the face. We're sitting here celebrating an American holiday that is supposedly when the Native Americans and first American settlers, broke bread and all this, and it's just I just first time in my life ever, I just did not feel very comfortable celebrating that holiday while that was going on, and still is going on. So, and I hope they can get it all worked out. I mean, that's some pretty pretty bad stuff going on out there in South North Dakota. So I hope they can find a way to rectify that for those people.
Because there's been quite a lot about that in the press over here, obviously with high-profile arrests and things as well, and obviously that, along with all the political turmoil in America, it's quite a traumatic time at the moment. So I imagine it's good for inspiration for music as well. So.
Yeah, I think the political things are pretty ridiculous. But I do really stand by those people, because that stuff is supposedly going through some very sacred grounds for them, and I feel like that the Native Americans in North America have always been displaced. I mean, even since the Trail of Tears, and it's been, they've had a bad time, and it's heartbreaking. So I have a lot of compassion for all those people, and I just wish we could do something a lot more than just having them stay on reservations and stuff like that. I mean, it was their landmass before we went over there and basically just took over. So I mean, not me, but generations and generations before me. So I have a lot of compassion for them, and I really would like to see that get straightened out there in their favor.
I love the latest record with Kentucky. So how much of a difference did changing label make? Do you think it had much of an influence on the sound and on the record? I know it's been said in the past that you felt like you were no longer having to write for rock radio. You could write the songs that you wanted to do. So do you think it had an influence?
Yeah, we were with Roadrunner for 10 years, and there were some good times there and some really good people, but it got to be very toxic because it was just, it got commercial. They sold out and got bought by Warner, and we just, they were trying to turn us into a Nickelback or another big American radio band, and it didn't work for us because we didn't set out to be that or do that. Love those guys, love a lot of those bands, they're on radio back home, but we just don't. We have a different sound, and we're a live band, and we're very different, and the label just could never get their everybody's arms around it and support that. They were always trying to change us, and it's for us, man. After we got fired from the label, it was the greatest thing that ever happened because we got picked up by Mascot, and they've been amazing, and they knew that we went into it telling everybody. We had a lot of labels trying to come and kind of court us, and take us out and try to talk to us, and which was really refreshing because 10 years before that we were hunting labels, but it was cool. It was a very humbling, nice feeling to have so many people interested in the band after the departure. And man, now it's just the biggest fresh breath of air because we're in 100% creative control of our product, everything we do, from our merchandise to our producing in the studio, our songwriting, and it's just a great place that we're in.
There was a proposal on stage in Portsmouth. So
we've had two. We've had two so far this tour. Yeah, we're gonna get licensed and start taking up a fee. Yeah, I'm telling you.
So love is in the air on this tour, definitely. Maybe you say it's doing the acoustic side of things as well.
It's bringing them out of the woodwork, man. I'm telling you. I think that's awesome, though.
What other strange things have you ever had happen on stage, or does that take the biscuit for being the strangest thing?
We've had some pretty strange things happen. I think one of them was we got pranked by our friends in Hailstorm. We have a song called "Peace Is Free," and when they were opening for us on the Carnival tour at the first this year, we had Lizzie come up and sing with Chris, and the last night of the tour, she brought up all her band and crew, and they had pizzas, and she started singing the lyrics, "Pizza is free," and that was pretty hilarious. That's one of the big ones. But we got them back. We brought up a table during their last song on stage, and we how do we do? We had an autograph signing, so we brought fans up on stage while they were playing and signed autographs for them. So we like to prank each other. There's some bands that don't like to do that. They're kind of no jokes on stage. But that last night at tour, man, that's just funny stuff.
I've got a couple of questions from your fans. There's someone on Twitter with the username of sgore69 saying, thank them for coming to Sheffield. It was amazing. And are you planning a DVD of this tour or any other tours?
Actually, we are planning a DVD. We're filming right now for a possible feature somewhere. So you'll have to watch out for it. But yes, we are filming with some incredible friends of ours that are British based, and they're touring with us. So we'll see what happens.
And then Connor has said he's really excited about the interview. He saw you live in 2010. Can you ask him how it felt to go from being a support act to headlining the Sound of Madness tour and all of these huge dates that you're doing now?
It's the Carnival of Madness was a great tour to because we've done two of those two tours here in England, and yeah, it's great, man. I mean, we started out doing the clubs in 2007. We were doing 100-seat clubs. You could fit everybody in this room we're in right now. And I think that people have just stayed they've stayed, so close to us over the years. And I think that it's really a testament to touring, and that's songwriting and touring are the most important. You have to have the songs, but you've also got to be able to tour. You want to come in here? So our singer Chris tried to corner him. He ran off. But man. I mean, it's incredible doing those arenas. I mean, we've opened for the likes of Def Leppard and Whitesnake and Nickelback, and we've just done so many great things. All the shows we've done at Download. I mean, the Rambling Man festival this year. It's incredible. I hope that people don't get sick of us. We're gonna try to take a year off. I think from kind of touring in the UK, and that's nothing against any of our fans here, or anything like that. That's just kind of giving everybody a break. So we've been here 3 times this year, so we'll go home and write some more and be back, with some other killer stuff.
Thank you. And is there anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you to everybody who's supporting the band and have come to shows and are out there, just always keeping us, in your thoughts. And thank you for just supporting us. We cannot thank you enough.